Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to share with you the rest of my September book haul. I do have a kind of part one, which is the books that I hauled from our besties trip that we took to Phoenix. So I will leave that link down below if you guys haven't seen it, but I had just recently posted that one. These are the rest of the books that I did get in the month of September. So I just wanted to show you what those are. Okay, we'll start with book of the month. Okay, so for the month of October, I grabbed Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. This is on my most anticipated books of the year list. I really definitely want to read this one. I want to read more of her books because I have read one. For me, it was just okay because I think I made the mistake of listening to it and I should have read it with my eyeballs because she does write fantasy books. So that was my bad. But I'm going to read this one physically for sure. And I definitely want to read this because it is something that sounds a lot of fun. And I definitely liked her writing with the first book that I read. So I want to give her another shot for sure. And I have a couple options, including this one now. And then because it's my birthday month, I got a free add-on, and my add-on was kind of a no-brainer when I saw this was an option. So I grabbed Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. This is one that I've definitely been wanting to read. This is a fictionalized account of the victims of Ted Bundy. So it takes place like with Ted Bundy, like the serial killer is Ted Bundy. You kind of know that. You know that going along, this is who this is supposed to be. I think he is very much fictionalized, though it's not even his name type thing, but it's definitely inspired by what he did. And instead of focusing on him, though, we're focusing on the victims and their lives and how they got to the place that they were and, what happened to them and all that. So I've heard incredible things about it, incredible things. So we are going to give this one a try, but I definitely want to read this big time. Okay, so let's talk about book of the month for a second. I am canceling my subscription to book of the month, mainly because I've been tracking this year to see what I have been picking up and what I have been skipping. How many months am I actually getting books? How many do I get every month? And what months am I skipping? And what books I'm purchasing has been really interesting because more often than not, well, number one, I've skipped 5 months this year. 5. And that's a lot. That's almost half of the books that have been offered this year or the months that have been happening this year, I've already skipped. And it was because I wasn't interested in any of the main picks. And the problem that can be with book of the month is that you have to pick a main pick in order to get any add-ons. If you don't want to pick a main pick, they do have an option on the bottom as well that says you can pick one of the member favorites and you can use that instead, but it's a set number. They pick the books that you can pick from. And a lot of times I already have them or I'm not interested. So I've never even done that before. I've never been like, oh, I'll get that one instead. I'm interested. No, I'm always like, nope, I either don't want any of these or already have them. So that option is nice, but it's never worked for me because, yeah. And a lot of times, especially this year, I have been more interested in the add-ons than I have been in the main picks. Usually when the main picks show up, I'm like, oh, but this add-on, but I have to have a main pick in order to get the add-on. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And if it's gonna be like that, more often than not, which has been the trend this entire year, I'll just get them at work and not worry about it. I've already canceled my subscription, so I'm officially not going to be a member of Book of the Month anymore. But I was for 3 years, and that's pretty good. And I do have a lot of books to read still from Book of the Month. So that's going to be something that I want to keep in consideration and try to concentrate on and try to read some of those books. But yeah, so from here on out, I will not be getting Book of the Month books. So it was fun. It was fun while I did it, but I'm definitely on a more negative trend with the books that they are offering versus my interest. So yeah. Okay, I one day found myself at a thrift store. I didn't find myself. I knew what I was doing. I went to the thrift store because I was like, let's go see if there's any books in there. And there was one. I only got one book, but it was Yes, please. I got this for $4. Homecoming by Kate Morton. Brand new, hardcover. This thing does not even look like it's ever been read. It's perfect, and I got it for $4. It was worth the trip to the thrift store, for sure. This is, again, her newest. It's a dual timeline. I know that. I don't know the full premise of this one, but I know that I want to read Kate Morton. She's an author that I have so many of her books, and I have not read a single one yet. Not a single one. I have not read one. And I have, they're right behind me. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my cart, my Christmas cart. I got one from Lindsay. I got one from Krista. 7. I have 7 of Kate Morton's books. Do I have all of them? I might have all of them that she's written. Haven't read a single one. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, and then I had the opportunity to meet up with my friend Lori. She has a channel as well. I will leave her channel link down below. It's called Books, Ink, and Paper. And her and I are friends. We've been friends for quite a few years now. We met through scrapbooking. We have been to a couple of retreats together, so I've met her in real life before, and she is just always a joy in my life. And so she was going to be in DC for a work conference, and we immediately were like, we need to meet up. So my husband and I went out to DC and had dinner with her, and then she took us around the corner to one of her favorite bookshops. She used to live in the DC area, so she knows it, and this was one of her favorite places to go, and it's called Kramer's. And so we went, and I definitely got a couple of books. So the first one I got is A River Enchanted. This is by Rebecca Ross, and this is the same author who wrote Divine Rivals, which is blowing up and huge right now. This is an adult fantasy book, and so I wanted to grab this one because I have heard that this one is very, very good. And the more I hear people talk about this one in particular, the more I want to read it. Again, I'm not going to go into the synopsis of it because I'm trying not to do that too much anymore, but I'm very excited to give this one a shot. And this one does have a sequel as well that is already out. But yeah, so I grabbed this one. I also grabbed one that I have been eyeing. I have been eyeing this. Assistant to the Villain. This is by Hannah Nicole Mayer. And I think that this is actually a woman who is an assistant to a villain. Like that's what it is. And all that goes into that. But I love the sprayed edges, you guys. They're red sprayed edges. I love it. I have been eyeing this one mainly because I love the cover. I love the title and I love the edges as well. This one has definitely been catching my attention, and I went ahead and grabbed it. Last but never least is Brandon Sanderson. I picked up Starsight, and this is the second book in the Skyward series, which is a young adult sci-fi series that I have heard very, very, very good things about. A lot of people are really enjoying this, and I had books 1 and 3, and now I have book 2. I picked this one up on Pango. So we'll see. I, again, have not read the first one yet, but I would really like to because I love Brandon Sanderson. I love his writing. I'm very excited to get into like a more sci-fi type of story from him versus the fantasy. But yeah, I've heard very good things about it again. And number 4 is coming out soon as well. I'll probably end up waiting for paperback on that one. So I have some time, but definitely a series that I want to get into. Okay. And those are the rest of the books that I picked up in the month of September. It was a good month. Actually, these are not that bad. It was the trip, which I still did really good on. So there's that. But all together, you put it all together and it just adds up really quickly. All good though. I'm very excited about every single one of these books. So let me know your thoughts down below. Have you read any of these? Let me know. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.